All I do is say, la-di-I-O, lordy, last song.
This is William Eric Lee, and he, like many teenagers, has a deadly addiction. That addiction is meme addiction. On this episode of My Wacky Addiction, we're here to find out what causes this addiction and how to stop it in the meme time. Memes. Memes are all around us. Hey guys, I'm your host Chad Berwick, and today I'm on my quest to find the secret source of memes. And to do that, I'm traveling out to the Hollywood Hills to meet the renowned physician and memes, Dr. P.S. Zelli. Alright, so we're currently going to Dr. Zelli's house here. Kind of know more about the culture of memes and kind of how they've evolved to the current point that they are. He has a PhD in memology, actually. A good friend of mine, and yeah, just driving out to the Hollywood Hills now to meet him. The pathway ends here, so it looks like I'll have to go the rest of the way by bicycle. Oh! 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 Ah! Watch out! Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh! Oh! Ah!
How are you? How are you, old friend? I haven't seen you in
Good.
ages.
Hey,
Who's this?
that's my cameraman. Just kind of documenting this whole thing. This is Dr. Zelli, the PhD in memology I was talking about earlier. Let's get right inside and talk about some memes.
All right, come on in.
All right.
Welcome to my laboratory, where safety is #1 priority.
So, Dr. Zelli, just start off here. Thanks for having me at your place. I know it's totally spur of the moment thing, but I just really wanted to get this information out to people and to our client William Eric Lee. I'm trying to find out why is he the way he is. So first off, when was the first meme made?
Well, you see here, the earliest memes that I've been able to find were from the World War II era, whenever the Allied powers would make generalized caricatures of the Axis powers, and that's really the earliest, I guess you could say, meme that came about.
See what's so funny about that statement, Dr. Zelli. So, Dr. Zelli, our second question of this evening, referring back to the modern or Neolithic era of memes. As the internet rolls out, more memes are posted, and that's what most people think of memes today. What were not the first per se, but the earliest internet memes?
Well, the earliest internet memes that we've been able to come across originated from a Miss Deidre Lockhart, where she and her friend decided to hold a competition with one another to see whose website could generate the most internet traffic at the time. Miss Deidre Lockhart, she found inspiration in her pet hamster, Hampton. Fitting name.
That is very fitting.
Sense of humor. Hamster, Hampton.
Yeah.
Where what she posted to her website was a 9-second loop of dancing hamsters.
Okay.
And she called this animation the hamster dance.
And I believe isn't there a very trending song based on this video that I think is still in circulation today in some sub-communities on the internet, I believe. It's very, very interesting. Now, on to my third question of this evening. As one of the most influential and possibly the fastest spreading website in our modern era, how exactly has YouTube benefited the meme community?
Well, YouTube spreads videos, as you know, as we all know. It's a video sharing platform where people can upload their videos and show them to anybody whoever wants to see them. And in that comes memes, obviously, because they'll always find a way. And
Not to mention the rapid viewer count and how many videos are uploaded a day on YouTube. It reaches a large commercial audience, which includes the meme community in some way or form. Am I right?
yes, that is correct. That is very correct, Chad.
I think it's also important to note, Dr. Zelli, that we've gotten the content from these last two questions from this book here, Technology 360 by Andrew A. Kling. So on to question 4 this evening. Just the media in general this time. How powerful is it, and why is it so powerful?
Well, you see here, Chad, the media is very powerful because in recent years, with this past election, the Pepe meme was actually brought up quite a few times for its, I guess you could say, cultural influence, I suppose, whether that's for better or for worse. You see, yeah, that's a very good example of.
And also how the media can also harm memes like Pepe, as Pepe was sort of drawn in the light of being, right-winged and all that stuff.
Yes, well, you see, that's all on the artist, I suppose. The artist who drew it, that's up to them. Pepe was not at fault.
Do you think freedom of speech is a very important thing when it comes to the media?
Whenever it comes to the media, yes, I do believe freedom of speech is a very important tool that we can all use for better or for worse.
Very good. Okay, now for the 5th question of this evening, Dr. Zelli. Do you think that web media would be more substantial in the future than traditional media?
Oh, yes, definitely. You can already see this today, that web media is becoming more popular, because as viewership in televisions drop off, where is it going, you must ask? Well, the answer is to the internet, because there is just a plethora of different news sources, and even YouTube, like we were talking about earlier, can be used to find your information. All this information can be found in this book, The Power of the Media. Very important book. If you want to learn more about it, use this book. It's very important. Very good.
And I believe that book was also used for the previous question as well. Question 4.
Yes, question 4. Yeah.
And 5, so that's very interesting. Alright, so on to the 6th topic of discussion for this evening, Dr. Zelli. I want to kind of bring light to social media in general. Now that we've talked about media, social media, and why certain websites have influenced the game altogether.
Well, a popular social media website such as Instagram, on there you can find possibly thousands of meme pages where all they do is share memes. Very powerful, very popular amongst the youth.
I see. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I believe that topic of discussion was also it was brought to you by a source called the Funkin' Wagnallis New World Encyclopedia, and their amazing source on social media is very. So I want to talk about the influence of memes in the 2016 presidential election. How that affected.
Well, memes in the 2016 presidential election helped to sway sides one way or another, whether it was to the right or to the left.
I see.
And as I brought up earlier, Pepe meme was a big hot topic during that election.
I see. So you think that the force of meme culture really kind of swayed the election in whichever party's favor?
I think it did have a voice, but who am I to say if it swayed one way or another?
That's true. Okay. And that question was taken off of the tartan.org, great website, by Madeline Kim. So on to question number 9. Most parents want to know, this is more of a parental thing, how do memes affect teenagers developmentally?
The only way that I have been able to study how it affects their children is their sense of humor.
I see. So, mostly we don't always think about the people behind the meme. We just think of how they affect the kind of sense of humor of the individual. It really kind of changes behaviors of teens, and for better or for worse. This is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
I see. All right, question number 9 of this evening. What do you need to know before you post an internet meme? Sort of, what are some things that you have to kind of understand whenever you're posting a meme, and how do you kind of avoid getting into trouble with copyright issues or anything of the sort whenever you post an internet meme?
Well, first thing you got to do is try to think of what message you're trying to convey in the meme. What joke is it? Is it a pun? What is it? Is the message clear? Is it funny? It has to be funny. Is it ironic, or whatever it may be? Is the photo appropriate? All that sort of thing you always have to take into consideration when creating and posting a meme.
I see. It's a good point. Question number 10, the final question of this evening. How do we stray away from being offensive to one another when making memes?
Targeting a certain group of people for jokes is never a good thing. So in my personal opinion, I would say try to stray away from that.
Very true. Very good message. I think that concludes all of our questions for tonight. Thank you for giving me all the information I needed. And I hope it really does help my client, William Eric Lee, with his meme addiction. I will check back in with him, and I'll let the audience know what happened to him.
My heart goes out to him.
All of us.
Meme addiction and it's horrible.
Thank you so much for taking part in this interview here. I will catch you later, Bogator.